It's still very true that we leave managers, not companies. But what is it that we truly leave? I believe that it's the absence of relationship. A relationship that's been forged based upon not what is always going right, but how the manager is looking out for you, creating that path of least resistance to be as successful as you possibly can. Having the dialogue around what is it that you feel the most success of. And I also think it really involves getting to know the person. You know, what's their family like? You know, have you been to their house? Have you met their spouse? Have you met their kids? Do you know what hobbies they have? Do you know what they get excited about? Those are some basic, fundamental parts of relationship that we have with our neighbors. We have people in our spiritual communities that we have that with. Why not at work? I think a manager talks about this. This is scary. But who has been the greatest manager you've had in your career? Because when people start to talk about that great manager, they're going to talk a lot about what they need in terms of relationship, what they need in terms of feedback, how often they meet, where that great manager challenged them. I think another thing that I see in terms of the great managers, when I've had people come into a room and talk about their great managers, an interesting thing emerges, and that was the manager actually saw the worst of me. They saw that messy stuff, but they didn't declare war on me. Just think of the power of that. Just think for a second about the most significant relationship you've had in your life. They probably formed not around how great you were, but around being able to kind of expose who I really am, and they still accepted you. And that takes some vulnerability in that discussion, both sides. But I think great managers are vulnerable. They don't hide that vulnerability. They don't try to put away who they are. They own who they are, their needs, and you get to know them personally.